Now we'll go into attachment styles. Okay.
There you go. So
Take the floor there, Lisa. Tell us a wee bit about it.
The new host here of the
Ladies, know what
podcast.
your attachment styles are.
Not a clue.
Talk a wee bit about that first in case.
Secure, anxious, and avoidant. I'll go with the tumbleweed of no.
No, I've done work. I have to say, I would have been probably avoidant at one point. At a point, you'd avoid. But sure, when you become a mommy, all that avoidance comes out full. I call it the wardrobe in your head. It just goes. So, no, I'm not fully. So let's go.
So
let's
obviously, you
teach
want
us.
to be secure attachment
Yes,
style.
of course.
Want to be secure attachment style. But there's very few of us that are going to come into a relationship with secure attachment style, okay? Because of our childhood stuff that has happened, okay? And the other really annoying thing is that secures find each other.
Right.
So what does that leave?
Jesus, sure.
The avoidance and the
And what is attracted to each other like a moth to a flame? Anxious and avoidance.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck.
Sorry.
Could you imagine that? Woohoo! Together, you can see the illustration of that.
So it's called polarity. So it's what we actually love in each other, but then it'll be to our detriment.
Yeah.
So how can you become a secure person
You
then?
need to pay people money.
But what can we
Come to your
do?
groups.
Right,
Yes.
but what can we do for early? You know, that's what I mean. There's no point somebody sitting at the age of 40 and 50 wishing they knew all of this. How
The book is
can
very good. The book's called Attached, so it's easy to remember. So it's
Okay.
attachment styles. The book's called Attached. He has podcasts. I cannot remember his name.
It's all right.
Mind does not.
Don't worry
do
about
names.
that. I'm with
I
you,
can't-
sister.
Just look at Attached is the book.
Yeah.
The book's very good. He actually did a podcast very recently with somebody. Anyway, just look him up. He's fine.
Okay.
The book's very good. I don't usually recommend. Sometimes because I find a hard time recommending.
Yeah.
Book's very good. Don't go into it too much. The test is also online. I'm not sure if it's free. It used to be free. I'm not sure if it's free anymore, but it's a couple of quid, okay? Secure, anxious, and avoidant, all right? So an anxious attachment style will want to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, okay? That was me, okay? The more the anxious talks and talks and talks, the more it makes the avoidant avoid.
You have just
Yeah.
detailed my husband and me.
But as you're saying, that's what happens because secure meets secure.
So annoying.
It leaves you then with.
And you can be very secure in your everyday life. I'm a very secure person in my everyday life, you know, of
Yeah.
couple of businesses.
Yeah.
My hubby's very secure in everyday life. But when you get into conflict, you will default to the other.
Yeah.
You will.
Now, you also have people who are anxious in their life and people who are avoidant in their life. But even if you people who are very secure in their life, they will, I feel, still default to.
Imagine secure and secure. What kind of kids would they be bringing in?
Well, hopefully mine, but only because they would get to it earlier. But one time in COVID, sorry, it was a bit pretentious, wasn't it? One time in COVID, you know, that one person was allowed in on front. One of my big girl's friend was sitting there, and Nigel and I just was like, something was said, and I was like, oh, hold on a second, no, I didn't think that was happening. I thought I was taking them, or you were just one of those ones, you know. No, hold on, did you tell me that? You know, and she goes, okay, let's go. Seen this in my own house too many times. Let's go. And my Elise goes, sit yourself down there. This is going to be so boring. You have no idea.
Yeah. Because you're not going for the
them-
fight.
And I let them see us work through it. I let them see us stay in the emotional tunnel, not one go to anxious and one go to avoidant. As teenagers, I let them see us say, babe, I'm going to need 10 minutes to think about that. Hold on a second, I need to regulate myself.
So you modelled that.
That's the question I wrote down.
My big girl. My big girl and hubby are very similar actually, and there was something going on probably in COVID times as well. You know, she wanted to go somewhere, and he was like, da, da, da. And so they just had conversation back and forth. But he was like, "Okay, sweetheart, let me just think about that." Went to his man cave. All men should have a man cave. Shed.
Kennel.
Garage, kennel. No, games room. All
Yeah,
men should have a man shed, okay? And they should be able to tinker there. That's what men like to do.
So I'm going to ask you why. There's a
Because
mommy going to
that's
listen
how
and
they
go,
process.
why would they get a shed and we don't? We get the kitchen.
We get friends and better friendships and more
Okay.
emotional connection.
because
okay.
we communicate better. We use
we
our
need
words.
coffee. They need a shed.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So
Okay, we need other women. They need a shed. They need to stand side by side, watching the football. talking. They cannot talk face to face. You will never see a man talk face to face.
Very rarely.
Okay? They talk side by side, and they talk about something. If you see two men standing face to face, they're either going to kick off, or they're shit drunk, and they're going to tell each other they love each other so much. Okay, so you want to have a good conversation with your man, go for a walk. Yeah, do an activity. See, washing the flipping dishes, washing and drying the dishes. Yeah, we have the dishwashers now. It's
just stop. So that's the truth. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah,
doing an activity, talking, giving them time. Okay, and it is up to us. I'm sorry, girls. I wish I could tell you something different. We are so sorry, more emotionally intelligent.
We are.
It is up to us. Yeah, we want our husbands to bring what they have to bring, and I think there's a huge conversation, especially in this manosphere, of what that looks like now. I have so many good men who are like, what does it look like now, Lisa? Yeah. And I said, you know what it looks like? It looks like service.
Right.
It looks like serving your relationship. That's what it looks like.
As in
showing up, being responsible, being honest, being transparent, earning money if that's what the thing is, serving, looking after your children, getting up with your children in the middle of the night, carrying the mental load. That's what it looks like. Yeah. That's what the modern man, for me, looks like. Because driving you down to crack ass of nowhere, getting lost 6 times, and saying, when will I come back and pick you up? But, you know, service.
Because you feel seen then, don't you? You're not, like, you put a post up and it was like, and this is what our mummies would say a hell of a lot, I need to do this, I need to do that, that has to be done, that has to be done all the way, and sick, oh God, they don't have to do it all. Share that load out.
Yeah. Sit down on a Sunday and say, look, if one of these youngsters is sick this week, I'm at work and I have a big meeting that day, who's going to take off? Just be honest about it. It can't always be me who takes off work. My job is as important as yours. So but he might say, see, on Thursday, that's a bad day for me. I can't do Thursday. Okay, well, I can't do Wednesday. So if one of these two is not better by then, my whole thing was, my son laughs. Nige took our son to the doctor about something, and Jake goes, well, this is interesting, Daddy. I would not have let him take the youngsters to the doctor for love nor money. Now, I can't then give off to him for me not letting him do that.
Exactly.
Can't do that.
But I have done that.
To do that.
I have stopped. And at the beginning, and we're seeing that coming through our door day in and day out. Women are not allowing the father to father, whether you're parenting apart. Remember, people can parent apart really well. Yeah, some people cannot parent together at all under the same house. But I
can't hold animosity about the fact that I wanted to do that. No, you can't trust me. Anyway, that's not where we're on the point of my big girl, my hubby. We're just back and forth, just normal. You know, she's grown up now, and he was like, right, okay, hear what you're saying, sweetheart. So we went to his man cave garage, just puttering about, tidying up. It's just like. It's like me in the kitchen. My kitchen's never as tidy as I've had a.
Just deadly.
Cleaning rage.
A cleaning rage is brilliant. My house is not so clean now because I don't have the rage anymore. Yeah. It's mad.
That's all right.
Anyway, sorry, I know. So my son was sitting on his phone like this here, and she goes, "I'm going to go out and talk to him. See, I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to make sure he understood me." I take there. She's grown up. He's grown up. I take
step back.
Jake chirps up. Obviously, when he goes, "Have you just moved in?"
Good man, Jake.
And she goes, no, I think it's a good idea. And again, he goes, just moved in. In other words, the man's away to get his head started. Would you ever wise up?
Leave him.
So she went out, came back in. Jake lifts his head again, goes, how'd that go? Not well. Wonder why. He was 16 at the time.
That's amazing. It's about reading the bloody room. And sometimes I'm not in the same channel as you. No. Give me a wee bit a minute. Give me 5 or 10. And we might be in the same frequency, you know, but exactly, time. You have to allow them a wee bit of time. I tend to, and it's something I've had to learn over the years, I text to Michael, in black and white, how I'm feeling.
Voice notes are good too. Yeah. Not an essay.
No. But I would say, I would text how, and he goes away, and then he'll come back and go, okay, I get your point of view, and then he'll let me know, because I have no problem him speaking to me, you know. But he
another great thing to do is when our partner's speaking to us is we can become triggered and we don't need to, and we can have a word with that inner child within ourselves.
Yeah.
So maybe our partner's saying something like, "See, next week, what I was thinking I would do is," and our inner child's going, "Oh, here he goes. He's going to abandon me again. He's undermining me again." Find out what her childhood. She's getting close to your chest. I didn't find out what her childhood wound was.
What
is your childhood
wound?
wound?
Well, sure, you didn't tell you.
I did. I says,
Taken for granted.
Undermined.
Oh, we'll come back to you. So you know, you can have a chat with your childhood self and go, he's not undermining you. Maybe he's just not putting in as many sweet words as he could. He's not undermining you. He's not your daddy telling you off. You know, and you can talk to your inner child and say,
he's not. He's planning. He's taken away. He's just thinking. He's assuming I'm going to be here with the children.
Yep.
To keep the house and look after all and do. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but you don't have to overreact.
Yeah.
We're in a grown-up relationship now. We have the tips and tools. And then you speak to each other from that place.
I think what I tend to do is if Michael notices something isn't done and he might say, God, that I get defensive. I'm like a
so that's your thing.
If you could see me, big defensive
Ninja.
mode, like ninja.
Four
I'm there, I'm right there. What are you saying? What? Where are you going?
4 things that shouldn't exist in relationships: criticism, contempt, stonewalling, huffing, and defensiveness. And we are so good at criticism and defense. It's part of our humour here.
Yeah.
It's part of our humour. Criticism and defense. Yeah. How we do it.
I think, yeah.
So that's the Gothmans. You look up anything from, so the people I'd recommend, Attached is a really good book. Look up the Gothmans. Everything the Gothman says is just, they're like in their 80s now. They've been studying relationships for 40 years.
Okay.
Do you know what they did? I get so excited about these things. There's something wrong with me.
No, it's
do you know
not.
what they did?
It's your passion.
Do you know what they did? They put people in their house. They put cameras in their house. And they just observed them. Okay? Didn't do anything. Then went back 10 years later and looked if they were still together. And 20 years later, looked if they're still together. And they took all that data. Isn't that fascinating?
That would have been amazing.
I am much more about instant gratification. That's not for me. But anyway, it's not fast. And the biggest thing that they found, the couples who've been together, who were successful, whatever that means, after 30 years and 40 years, was that they responded to each other's bids, BIDS, for connection.
Is that communicating?
That could be as simple as I'm sitting on my phone, pretend this cup's a phone. I'm sitting on my phone, scrolling on my phone, doom scrolling on my phone, and you come in, you go, I had this great girl in today for this podcast, and you know what she was talking about, and she did, and blah 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 blah, and you look, she was late, but it was the wrong number, and blah, 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 and your partner goes, oh really? Very exciting.
So he hasn't taken on your bed.
Yes.
And how guilty are we of that when you have 3 youngsters running around your ankles? You know, our hubby walks in, take a youngster, grab this, I'm away out, my Pilates starts at 7, and you're out the door.
But you see, even you brought up the phone. That's the biggest killer for relationships.
Put it in a basket, take 10 minutes, shut it down, put it in a basket, put it away. We are all far too reachable. Far too reachable. I got told off one night.
But
I was sitting answering DMs at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, but at least he called you out
And he says,
in a respectful way, did
in
he?
a very
didn't
respectful
huff?
way, and I didn't huff. It was all the money,
very
all the money was spent was put to good use on that 1 5-minute conversation. He goes, sweetheart, what are you doing? I was like, something just on, like I'm a celebrity or something, like something you really have to give your full attention to. I was like, I'm just checking a few.
Yes.
I already knew, and I was just checking a few wee things. He goes, sweetheart, wait for this. Do you think that's the best example to be showing your couples?
But do you not know you want to throw your work back at you?
And I said,
Don't do that.
I said, big breath, big breath, big breath.
Don't react.
Oh, don't react. Calm your inner child, do all the work. And he said, you know, because you're always saying about putting phones away in the evening and connecting with your partner. And like they're going to see what time that DM came through at.
I will know if I'd be going, you throw my work at me here. But do
And
you
I
be able to
said-
take that
I
in a
said-
respectful manner?
And you
Okay.
know what? You're not wrong, mate.
Fair play.
Yeah.
If it's your mate, it's fine. Or if it's something you two have to figure out for work the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it ideal that my couples, and also should I be that reachable?
No,
Boundaries.
not if it's your couples. We're not
No.
like that.
Is this my
No.
couples organising?
Yeah. You
I
need your
can't come
golden
tomorrow at 2
time, don't
o'clock,
you?
I'm doing the da-da-da-da-da-da.
You can answer that tomorrow morning.
Exactly. 10:30 at night. It's not. So he was absolutely right.
It
like,
was.
I mean, fair play to him.
But you must get that fired at you. I know my son used to fire at me when I'd get cross and tell him off for doing something. Well, what would your mummy say if they heard you speak to me like that? And I says, and I meet him. I meet him as the 8-year-old, and I go, well, if I tell them that you've pissed all over the toilet seat, they wouldn't be happy. That was my poker when people use your work.
I know.
oh, don't speak S2 to me. You're
Oh,
speaking
no, our
S2
thing
to
is,
me.
our thing is.
No,
that
I'm not saying he's doing
No, no,
that, but you can see where
but
that
our
can
thing
poke the
is, see if we're
bear.
out in the town, see if we're out in Belfast, and like I'm telling a story, or he's telling a story like in an animated way, and I'm like, can't, if somebody sees us, they're thinking we're having an argument here.
Yes,
But
because
I
you're
get it,
not.
but we're not, but that's all, you know. That,
And if you're having an argument, Lisa, what's wrong with that? As long as there's no weapons involved. There's nothing wrong with a debate.
I know, but absolutely not.
But you're on about out in
but
public.
I'm out in public, and somebody's recognising me from my Instagram page, and they're like, "Oh, there's two having a round in the middle of Belfast."
He's all for it.
And I just like, and I'm like, and I'm like, so we're in the SSE arena one night, and I was in the toilet for a long time because somebody recognised me, and I was blathering away. He's coming up the escalator, and he goes, "She's been in the loo a while. That's where she is." They always recognise him. Always recognise him first, which is great. But he's like, no, I'm not the person. She's over there.
Oh, bless. No,
Go
but you have to. There's nothing wrong with constructive.
Yeah, well,
What we want to do is, sorry. Here.
No, go on
What we wanna
ahead.
do, we want to be able to have conversations, and we can call them ruptures, okay? So you're gonna think it said that road, and I'm gonna think it said, or you said think it said 2:00, and I thought whatever it is, you thought their job was the dishwasher, the job, but we have a rupture. Well, what the muscle we need to practice is that we need to stay in the emotional tunnel together. Not one going to anxious and one going to avoidant. If the avoidant does say, I'm at capacity here, I need a minute, the avoidant has to pick it up again. If you're the one who kicks the can down the road, you have to pick it up.
Who, the person that kicks the can?
The person who kicks the can down the road and says, I can't do this anymore. I have a really important meeting in the morning. I can't do this tonight. I need a good night's sleep. If you're that person, then you have to drop the text the next day and say, I'm coming from work a wee bit early. Stick the kettle on. Let's finish off that conversation.
yeah.
So you actually check back in again.
And the avoidance just like to kick the can, and that's when never comes up again. Then you have a whole basin of
A whole fucking lot to throw at them.
So if the avoidance says, no, that's enough, I'm at capacity, I need to pause this, you're very entitled to that, okay? But you must pick it up again. You must be brave and pick it up again,
Yeah.
okay? And if you're the anxious and you can feel yourself banging on, your job is to go, okay, I've said my piece now. Okay, I've heard you. We've worked it out. I've said I'm sorry. Maybe I'm sorry. Maybe or you know what? We're never going to agree about this. Let's just next time, let's manage it like this.
Yeah.
Stop. Regulate yourself, and don't bring it up again 3 hours later. Or like I do, waking him at 1:00 in the morning and say, actually, I didn't actually finish that sentence I meant to say to you.
And that,
This is Fill Ur Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, and we couldn't bring you today's episode without the support of Shannon Hollywood, behavioural consultant. Shannon supports parents with a compassionate, research-based approach that focuses on connection, emotional safety and co-regulation, not punishment. Her courses and online content are designed to help parents stay calm and confident and connected, especially during challenging moments. And remember to follow Shannon on all her socials.
it's bloody you. See, you did this and you did that. No, but that's not serving anybody well.
When that happened,
isn't
when
it?
that happened, I felt.
I felt, go back to the I point because that you're defensive.
I felt
I'm
undermined.
like,
I felt
Well,
outside.
what's that? Whenever you're pointing
But
the
the
finger,
chill.
there's three pointing back at you.
I know.
So,
No, I nearly bite the finger. But
Do you know what I used to say to my hubby when mine were away? I was like, either come home at 5, 5:30, 6, or don't come home till 9. Do not walk into this house at 7 or 7:30 at night, in the middle of the bath, in the middle of bed, in the middle of the
Sit in the car.
And if he was to do that, I wouldn't have reacted like that. No, but now I would be like, I feel really unseen when that happens. My job is more difficult when that happens. When that happens, I understand that the kids love to see you, but I've been working here all day and I feel really undermined when that happens. And we're leaving a space there for our person to step into rather than the you is defensiveness. The other thing, we'll finish on this, girls.
No, but then I have another quiz. I could have you here all day. 'Cause I have
A big tool that I would use with my couples is, what's your number? What's your word? I'm here if you need me. Okay.
what's your number? What's your word?
I'm here if you need me. So we know each other better than we know ourselves. Okay. Sometimes, okay? So I can feel when he's a bit off or a bit stressed. He maybe feels the same about you, a bit off or a bit stressed. What's your number, babe? Babe, I'm sitting on about a 5, just shitty day at work, sitting here on about a 5.
Love it.
What's your word? Here if you need me.
That's the 3 N's that we do.
That's we have 3 N's in work.
Name it. You notice it, name it, and nurture it. Oh, that's lovely.
My thing would be, well, what do you think you should do about that? And see, tomorrow when you go into work, do you not think you should do this? And this is me pulling on like your daddy's cardigan. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm here if you need me. You want to watch a movie later? You want to take the dog a walk? I'm here if you need me. And if we could get that back and forward.
That's a muscle you have to work on, though, to
chef's kiss.
That is just, massive.
And it means that if you're sitting on a 5 and I'm up here on a 9, which is pretty regular, I can continue in my 9. Where what we used to do was I would come down to your 5.
Yeah.
And your 9 is a good 9, that's what you're saying.
Like I like to live up there. That's my
That's
place.
Okay,
so like a wee 9.
Wee 9. You're very fucking
and then
lucky.
expect everybody else to live up there too, which is unreal. They tell me that's unrealistic. I think they lie.
But you see, like, and that is, like, there's so many couples maybe do end up being in a 9 when they're met and they're all lovey-dovey and then become a parent.
Spontaneous
You
desire.
can't stay there.
That's spontaneous desire. So that spontaneous desire starts at the beginning of a relationship. It is chemically led, okay? Those chemicals last about 18 months. Those chemicals will die off. You need to get into responsive desire. Right. And there's 2 sides of responsive desire. We should have had a couple of hours here, girls.
It's all right. Keep her lit here.
Responsive desire. There's 2 sides of responsive desire. First side of responsive desire is that you see your person and you respond nicely to them. Like you maybe see them walking down the street when you're not expecting to see them and you're like, oh, yes, look at her. Or you're out some night and you're like, me, I didn't know. Oh, and your paths crossed. Or you see your person doing, somebody tell me in COVID, okay, I know what responsive desire is. I just saw him out there chopping some wood. And yes, I get what you mean now. Responsive desire, okay? So seeing your person do a hobby, seeing your person be their own person. Basically.
Yes.
Okay?
And
second part of responsive desire is you feel no more like sex and the man on the moon, but you start maybe kissing and hugging and doing a wee bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in your mind goes, this is not your worst idea in the world, mate. This could actually work out okay. That's responsive desire.
And it, because often but parents are not doing that.
Processor. You are such a processor. You're going to have to process all this. I'm going to have to drive down here to the Kraken and work again.
No,
for us to do a second one for you to go, listen, last time you said, last time you said.
But people, like, I don't know where I was going there.
You,
but
you said you had another question.
Responsive desire, all right.
There were, like, we have so many couples that come.
You were saying about your 3. My 3 is, what's your number? What's your word?
Well, that was the 3 N's we do with our mummies. But as I suppose, Lisa, what we're getting day in and day out, and it's the same story we're hearing from women. And when you go in and they show you photos of them before they were together and the couple and what they did and whatever, and they're married, and then Bobby comes along and nobody recognises anybody within that whole stir. The illness then creeps in, and there ends up being 3 in the bed. That's the illness. Actually 4 in the bed. 4. The illness, the baby, you and him. Yeah. And you're going further apart. And that becomes an awful, it's so sad to watch, but there is prevention there.
Don't wait till the wheels fall off.
But what can they do? What wee small things
Buy
can be done?
I'll send you the ebook. You send it to everybody. It's a $5.
Right.
I send you the ebook. You just send it, you give it to everybody for free. Okay.
Right.
I have an ebook. I'm actually writing a book right this
So you're promoting yourself here now, Lisa. So,
yes.
but
I was really looking for a bit of support there, girls.
Of course. We're only joking.
Ebook.
Yeah.
Read attached. There are numerous podcasts now in relationships. My podcast isn't really about relationships because I need my head sharp. Mine's just a bit of a laugh. There's numerous books. There's podcasts. There's do your love language test. Do your attachment style test. There's an argument style test. I'll send that to you as well. It's kind of fun. There's tons of free resources out there.
Okay? But I could be mum and going, I'm too tired. I haven't got enough time to do all that, Lisa.
Well, you know to make time. Okay? Because divorce is really hard.
Yeah. But do you see what I mean? That's
staying together is really hard too.
Yeah.
But divorce is really hard as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So time,
okay. And
make
you
it.
picked this person before you had a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. And you all being well, you're going to be with this person after that baby's away off and left you to uni. Yeah. So what are you going to do? Now I will say this: if your partner won't go on the journey with you, we're in a different kettle of fish.
Completely.
If your partner won't do the love language test, if your partner, they'll make fun of you, but that's fine. You know, if your partner won't do the test, if your partner is unable to change their programming, so you've done all the work, and like imagine me, girls, imagine me. I've done all the work. Yeah. I'm not huffing anymore and and the big lad said, no, I'm not going to go to therapy. No. That's the end of the days for us.
Yeah.
That's the end of the days. Mm-hmm. That's separation time.
Yeah.
That's done.
Yeah.
If your partner will not go on the journey with you after you've persuaded and you've blah, 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 we're in a different conversation here, ladies.
Yeah.
Okay? But I'm pretty likely they will. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not heavy like it used to be. It's lighthearted. It's like people say to me, how do you speak man so well? I'm like, I'm with one for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then I made one as well.
Yeah.
So I speak man really quite well.
Yes,
Thank you very
it's
much.
important
Anya.
that
You know,
we do.
It's important.
Vice versa.
Lots of people come to me and they'll say, the fellas will say, I just couldn't watch another reel.
Was it too true for them?
No, they just had too many. Like their partner just sends them a reel.
All right.
Oh, Jesus, right.
She's like, I just
enough's enough.
I couldn't watch another one. My head was turned. I was like, well, you're here now, mate, so let's get
Yeah,
started.
that's
Yeah,
it, yeah.
There's plenty of free resources there. Then if those don't work, you need to reach out to somebody, obviously me, and then, but if your partner will not go on that journey with you, we're in a different place.
Completely.
Well, one question I wanted to bring us back to, right?
Yes.
And we're chatting now over an hour.
Deadly.
What does your children think now? So go back to your 15-year-old saying to you, "Oh my God, are you fighting about that again?"
Well, you want me to cry.
Do you see a difference? Do they see a difference? And what's their relationships like?
I feel bad for their boyfriends. Do you not feel bad for my children's partners? Is that not just I feel
No.
terrible
But I
for
think
them.
they're going to meet secure.
Yeah.
Well,
They're not gonna meet anxious.
I apologise to Jake was young. He was young. He doesn't really remember, but I apologised to my big girls. They made me cry.
No,
And,
keep her lit. I
and
love
I
it.
said, I'm always sorry that she didn't do it earlier. You know, I'm always sorry that she waited till you were teenagers and you were really cracking her up.
Yeah.
You know, it was just it was like a perfect storm. They were
Yes.
teenagers. I had no mummy myself. The business was mental. It was a perfect storm. You know, it was always
Oh
things-
my word,
dreams,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm just so sorry, girls. And they said, but do you understand what a blessing it is for us to have seen you?
And to do it, aye.
And
put
you've
the
made the
effort in.
change.
Yeah.
We have
We-
tissues.
We have
we
tissues
do.
here.
We always have tissues.
Do you
I
have
didn't
any
mean to
idea
make you
what-
cry,
No, sure,
but it
tears
was
are
really-
great. Sure, tears are great.
I
Sure.
love tears.
All I think about was, right, okay, so
They saw me, like, I think the first day we were driving to school one day and my Lara was like, and we're going to, and she was getting all upset and I grabbed the steering wheel and I said, see, when you get to school, you tell those teachers, this is the best your mummy can do.
Yeah.
And I remember her clocking me. And I said, and if they have a problem with that, you tell them to ring me.
aye.
And she says that she just, have you any idea what that was like for us to watch you actually grow into yourself in front of our teenage eyes?
Amazing.
Amazing.
I don't worry, but still grind, get on. Like,
Oh, I know,
don't
But
worry.
the foundations that you've put in for them is amazing, and for a mummy to want to do that and to understand that it needed to be done.
Had to be done.
It's never
wasn't
too
gonna
late,
lose
isn't
them.
it? Not Lisa.
No, I wasn't gonna
It's
lose
never
them.
too
I
late.
wasn't going to lose my man,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to lose my kids.
And you even taking
you-
ownership and accountability. That's
And I wasn't
powerful.
going to teach, and I started to see my teenage girls doing a wee bit of my stuff. I was absolutely no now.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about sex and all that there later, but I had a lot of stuff I had to work through around sex and intimacy. That when I started to talk to them about sex and intimacy as teenagers, I had a lot of work to do myself around that. I didn't want to pass on back to minister's daughter. Didn't want to pass that on to them. That's another podcast.
But that actually would be a brilliant podcast.
Yeah.
Something I'd be very, very keen on,
Well,
Lisa.
thank you for the question. That's lovely. But the what makes funniest thing is both my girls have boyfriends, and I was when I hear them saying the right words, I nearly died. I laughed first, and then we're sitting, and one of them was quite quiet, and we were sitting watching a movie, and he was just on his phone or whatever, and something happened under his breath, but like he could hear, he goes, "That's clearly anxious attachment style."
Oh, fucking deadly.
That's what you want?
Bingo there now. Huh?
Oh my
But then
gosh.
there's a
Is he
wee-
available now? What my daughter's daughter's
No,
turning
but there's a
12.
lot of hope for that age. There's a wee.
Yes.
We've missed a wee generation. Us, you're younger. Us girls are. Us
How
girls,
do you know?
just by the age of your children. Just by the age of your children. Us,
Clinker.
we've had the. We
Yeah.
have gone through the hard way.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
gone through the hard way.
Yeah.
We are trying to shine our wee light for this, just a wee bit younger.
Big time.
And then there's we've a lost wee generation.
Yes.
We've a lost wee sort of 34 to 44. We've a lost wee glitch in there.
That's me.
There's a wee glitch in there. The men in that wee glitch are a wee bit. That
Well,
wee
your
glitch.
husband's not in that glitch. He's
No,
a,
man's not
but
in that
only
glitch, but I'm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
and
in
that's
that-
interesting.
But then we have this new generation coming who are mental as a bag of cats. But, and there's lots of terrible stuff going on out there. But like I talk to fellas who are 28 and I'm like, how do you know that? TikTok. Well, how did you know that? See, when I said to you about attachment styles, all those young ones know that.
Yeah.
They all know all about that.
I was okay knowing it.
It is.
Are you practicing it?
But it's better that they at least know what they're
Right.
All right,
Better
okay.
that the wee
You don't want just
seed.
words. You want the
Seeds planted
The way
there.
seeds
Seeds
been
planted.
I know we talk away about planting seeds.
Yes.
And I would also say, see the love language test?
Yes.
You can do it with your children from their 4 years up.
Okay.
It saved my life with my teenagers.
Right, that's something I'll be doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just make fun of yourself. Like,
I know.
Just make fun of myself.
I know.
Oh, here my wee boy and our middle boy. I have 2 boys and a girl. So eldest is a boy, second's a boy, and third's a wee girl. And the middle boy, he's hilarious. Like if he sees us getting close in the bed, or no, let me in there in the bed. You're not getting anywhere near her.
That's not
he
funny.
is.
Oh.
Smack bang.
6-second kiss every day, girls. Or
You
a
were
30-second
saying
hug.
that.
Right.
10 non-sexual touches a day. Half an hour conversation. Phones away. No phones in the bedroom. No technology in the bedroom at all, I would say. No these are all like, forget it 80% of the time, girls are doing well, and then some sort of date at the weekend, whether if doesn't mean you'll leave the house, it means get the babies to bed and put on the kettle,
Yeah.
or put a wee cheese board out after the kids go
Light
to
a
bed,
candle
or
and some have a chat.
and try to make some time for some sort of intimacy once a week. Whatever that might look to you, whatever stage you're at with your youngsters. That might not look like hanging off the chandeliers, whatever that looks like.
Jesus, help the chandelier.
Okay.
Jesus, help the chandeliers without me hanging on.
Jumping off wardrobes. Okay?
Jumping off wardrobes, yes.
That mightn't look like that, but some sort of connection of intimacy.
Oh my God,
Shall we leave
chandeliers
it
and
there?
wardrobes.
Shall we leave it there for next time?
Oh, well, there's me next time, Lisa. Will you like it or not?
That's it,
We'll send a taxi for you. Or a
Got to the
chauffeur.
stage now in the podcast
Yeah.
where we talk about what fills your
Filter
cuppa.
cuppa.
So we will ask, sometimes we'll ask, what do you do to fill your cuppa, or what's your importance for filling your cuppa, and I know that you've been speaking there away about how you would have, whenever you went to the therapy and the woman says, how do you fill your cuppa? So what has changed and how you fill your cuppa? How do you now?
Fill your cuppa.
Yeah, and like, is it something that you practice?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Well, lots of things. My hubby really does fill my cuppa. I still really love him very, very much.
Look at the love in them eyes.
I know.
But this fills my cuppa.
Yeah,
This fills my
yeah,
cuppa. I'm an
yeah.
extrovert through and through. Like, I mean, I could be people 24/7. It wouldn't bother me one bit.
Class.
That fills my cuppa. I do a lot of energy healing, all that sort of stuff, going howl under the moon and going cold water dip and all that sort of stuff.
Love it.
Coffees with my friends, like just simple
Yes.
things, good walk and a good podcast, sure. Not listening to myself and never listening to myself back again.
I love listening to myself in the podcast. I know.
I reckon that's
really
what
great.
narcissists like.
Really great.
But you know what it
What does
is?
that do? Somebody-
And I've often said it.
But she's not.
But I don't, I know we've sat here today and we've recorded this podcast. Whenever I hear this podcast back, it'll be like hearing it for the first time.
Yeah,
I
because
have
you're in
done
it.
that now.
We're natural.
I've done that.
We're not worrying
been
what
in
we're
the- been
saying.
in the car sometimes,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, when we listen to the podcast for the monkey mind's just going mental for the first 3 minutes, then you're like, actually some freaking good information.
No, I did cover that. I
Yeah.
did good. I said that.
Because you're
That's
sitting
good.
thinking, God,
Yeah.
I hope I said this. And you're
Yeah.
the next thing out of your mouth.
I
is
prefer a
what you said.
podcast than I do interviews. Like I did a thing for the BBC the other
Yes,
day.
I've seen
I prefer podcasts than those, because you're saying to somebody and then they're interpreting it in your
Yeah.
way. I didn't love that. You didn't think
Okay.
I didn't think I came across where I think my personality comes across.
No,
in
well, I think
pods,
Okay.
because I read the BBC thing about
you like
yeah,
it?
and I did. I thought it was very good.
I'll read it again in a month's time and it'll
Yeah,
be a
maybe,
bit
yeah.
better.
When you're regulated a wee
Yes.
bit more.
Bit more
'cause-
regulated.
Yeah.
I'm self-soothing. I'm doing them like rubbing my
Rubbing the leg.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
That's
all that.
good.
Spend time with my big grown-up kids.
Yes.
That's lovely. I'll jump on a wee flight. They both live over. Big girls live over in England, but one in Scotland, one in England. But I'm manifesting getting them home.
Well, your cup as well and truly flowing, Mrs. And you can see that within you.
Thank you.
What's your cup like at the minute?
My cup's good. Me and the hubby needed a bit of time out together. And
together's good. Uh-huh.
yes, very. Sometimes time out apart to helps. But anyway, and we went to Donegal. That is where I love. Me and him both love Donegal, and we had a wonderful time. Just
Chandeliers.
Yeah.
Thank you know, bedpost. But no, we both met her love language. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Love it.
So it was good for the soul.
It's good for the soul.
Ignites you, and it just.
And do you know why having sex with your partner is good? Apart from the obvious. Your body releases nice chemicals. My big girl's a doctor, and she gets really worried when and she gets really worried when I say big girl words. She's like, "We just say nice chemicals. Don't try to get into that because you might say the wrong thing." I'm like, "That's very likely."
Yes, okay.
Serotonin, dopamine, all the nice chemicals. Your body actually releases those to your partner, which makes him less annoying.
There you go.
When you have an orgasm, your body releases all those lovely chemicals, and he's less annoying. A teabag in the sink is way less annoying. Did he make you come the night before?
That's the fucking truth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but vice versa, actually.
100%.
Me asking him for £100, he just hands it over.
I'm going a wee trip to Belfast. I need a wee good.
Oh, very good,
Oh,
Lisa.
love it. We're definitely going
love
to
it.
stop there because then after this is a glass of wine.
I know. Ciara, we have to ask this. Mrs. O needs this question asked. We nearly forgot about it. What filled your cuppa?
My cup has been very, very, very well filled. We had a wee break there over Easter.
We
It was great
did.
to get a bit. We were off. The
a
project
week.
was closed, and the weigh-ins were off. And actually, for once, they weren't annoying.
Even though
we
the
were-
weather was so terrible.
I have a boy that's into books, so he spent his time reading, and then she's into football, and the other wee boy is happy when he's drilling or building something or making something or playing with a greyhound.
Find their wee things.
They found their things, and it was lovely to the house. Being in the house didn't seem like a chore.
And you weren't claustrophobic.
I
Getting that
wasn't.
wee bit-
The walls
they're
were
getting
coming
that
in
wee
around
bit.
me.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cheesy
nice.
when you
That's the
reach
wee
that
sweet
part of
spot,
your
yeah.
life. It's
I just remember saying,
deadly.
no more. That's it now. No longer.
Yeah.
This is where we're sticking. And then,
Yeah.
I was quite happy. Like there was 2 days we went out, but I was quite happy to. I'm very, very happy to be up early, have the fire lit, and just chill.
They
Class.
can do a dish or two and they
Yeah.
can actually pick up after themselves.
Well, there's that. You have to be reminded.
Yeah.
But it was still good. It was still nice. Eamon had a couple of days off with me, and then he went back to work again. So it was nice in the way we had the bit of we had a bit of both. So
There's something coming now.
getting to the cheesy jokes now.
Oh,
Lisa.
yes, I really tried, but I could not get one.
No,
I really
they're
did. look,
fucking
yeah.
cheesy.
I'm
Eamon,
glad you had one.
You love the cheesy
Crackers.
jokes.
I love an old saying or something, but I don't know about these jokes.
Well, I've got a couple. I try to do them relationship. Like,
That's what I was looking
yes.
for, you see, and then I was just getting stupid ones.
So I don't know what way they're gonna land. We'll have to just see. It depends on the person that's here.
The last guest came with a joke
I know.
and it made us laugh more than Kieran's joke. She was scundered.
Love it.
I'm all for them. I'm all for them.
I know.
So, what happened when the notebook finally married the pencil?
Wrote a new story.
She finally found Mr. Right.
And that's quite fun.
I get lost in your eyes. However, I also get lost in them all, so I wouldn't read too much into that. Relationships are very much like algebra, right?
Okay.
Have you ever looked at your ex and wondered why? That's a good one. That's a very good one. And why did the banker break up with his partner?
Don't know. Why did I?
He was losing interest.
Oh, that's
Great
We'll
there.
finish her up on that one.
Very good. They were good.
Yes,
Now.
Lisa, it has been fantastic.
Honest, a pure pleasure,
We
Pat.
could talk for hours.
You
and
seem like
hours
one
and
of our
hours.
tribe,
I
one
am,
of the
definitely.
sisters.
Yep.
I definitely think we could have definitely have another follow up podcast. That was
And we're
fantastic.
interested in doing a bit of work
We
and
worked up
training
something
for the
that'd be
team.
fun.
Definitely.
She'll have the crack.
There's so
Deadly.
much more. We've only just touched on stuff, but there's so much more
Completely.
to talk about. Yeah.
Just touched it. Literally, there's so much more I want
She's
to
going to need the afternoon off. She's going to need the afternoon. She's going home.
Fucked when she goes back to the office.
I'll be lying in the sofa going, I'm wrecked.
Thank you so much for travelling down to us. It has been
Yeah.
and actually we're going to let you in on a wee bit of information. You are our first guest that we've had on here that we didn't actually know.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which we've
You know what I
seen
mean?
in socials.
We've seen you on socials, but we hadn't ever
I've reached out to you way back,
Uh-huh,
and then
So like we've had mummies on, we've had partners on, we've had people on,
from
but
the
they've
group?
all they've all been. And we've done 57
people linked to the
episodes.
charity.
Yeah, so people linked to charity. So there was nerves on us this morning,
Oh,
but you
gosh.
made it easy, and it
You're
was lovely.
doped,
Yeah.
honest to God.
Thank
Take
so
you
much.
home, and my husband.
And the big lad. I love that. I love you calling the big lad. Yeah, the big lad.
The big lads out there
God love
probably
me
found
some-
their waiting on you.
like an hour. He knows right. Like he's like,
I know.
But thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Lisa.
you
we
for
can't wait to
finding
get
me and
you
reaching
back.
out, and we're all just making this wee country a wee bit better.
Exactly.
And if we leave it better than we found it, sure, it's not all
If we can bring hope, that's all deadly.
Thank you so much. That's us,
Thank
folks.
you.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe and click the button. And as Una says, download it, upload it, whatever
Whatever
tickles
tickles your fancy.
Bye.
Cheers.
This was Fill Ur Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, hosted by me, Mrs. O, Kira O'Gowan, and the S2 team. And we couldn't bring you today's episode without the support of Shannon Hollywood, behavioural consultant.
And produced by 9874 Creative.